there's no sign of segregation. So wonderful, so beautiful, yeah, so incredible, so remarkable. I can only imagine no more war and no famine. Won't it be beautiful? I know it'd be beautiful, so let it be beautiful. Beautiful people, beautiful people. Yeah, I know one day it'll get better. It'll get better. Yeah. By faith, I know it'll get better. I know one day we'll understand that it's so wonderful, and it's so beautiful, yeah, so incredible, so remarkable. I can only imagine no more war and no famine. Won't it be beautiful? I know it'd be beautiful, so let it be beautiful. Beautiful people, beautiful people. Follow me in imagination. Follow me in imagination. Walk with me where we're all one nation. Oh, where love is on every station, and there's no sign of segregation. So wonderful, so beautiful. I can only imagine no more war and no famine. Won't it be beautiful? Won't it be beautiful? Yeah, I know it'd be beautiful. I know one day we'll understand that it's so wonderful. And it's so beautiful, yeah. So incredible, so remarkable. I can only imagine no more war and no famine. Won't it be beautiful? Yeah, I know it'd be beautiful, yeah. Where love is everywhere, and love is in the air, and we are all equal, and love will be equal. Won't it be beautiful? I know it'd be beautiful, so let it be beautiful. Beautiful people, beautiful people. Follow me in imagination. Walk with me where we're all one nation. Oh, where love is on every station, and there's no sign of segregation. So wonderful, so beautiful, yeah, so incredible, so remarkable. I can only imagine no more war and no famine. Won't it be beautiful? Won't it be beautiful? Yeah, I know it'd be beautiful. I know it'd be beautiful. Where love is everywhere, and love is in the air, and we are all equal, and love will be equal. Won't it be beautiful? I know it'd be beautiful, so let it be beautiful. Beautiful people, beautiful people. Yeah, I know one day it'll get better. It'll get better. Yeah. By faith, I know it'll get better. Oh, everyone walking hand in hand. I know one day we'll understand that it's so wonderful. And it's so beautiful, yeah. So incredible, so remarkable. I can only imagine no more war and no famine. Won't it be beautiful? Yeah, I know it'd be beautiful, yeah. Where love is everywhere, and love is in the air, and we are all equal, and love will be equal. Won't it be beautiful? I know it'd be beautiful, so let it be beautiful. Beautiful people, beautiful people. Follow me in imagination. Walk with me where we're all one nation. Oh, where love is on every station. And there's no sign of segregation. So wonderful, so beautiful, yeah, so incredible, so remarkable. I can only imagine no more war and no famine. Won't it be beautiful? Won't it be beautiful? I know it'd be beautiful. I know it'd be beautiful. Where love is everywhere, and love is in the air, and we are all equal, and love will be equal. Won't it be beautiful? I know it'd be beautiful. So let it be beautiful. Beautiful people, beautiful people.
Hi, I'm Kerrigan Sullivan, Department Chair for Performing Arts and Producing Artistic Director of the Lynn Theatre at the John Tyler Community College campus. I usually welcome you all to our theater space in person. However, today I wanted to extend an equally warm welcome to our virtual theater space today. I guess I don't need to remind you guys about intermissions or where the restrooms are, and I'm afraid you're going to have to bring your own concessions. Sorry. But I did want to tell you just a little bit about the piece before we begin. This piece was directed, conceived, written, and created by Tyler Theatre faculty, students, and staff, along with a couple of our community partners. I'm going to introduce you to our intrepid Professor Shania Taylor, director, in a moment. However, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what we did with this project. Because we couldn't be in person, we filmed the pieces that we created. Since it is on film, you can't always see how careful we were to keep everybody safe during this entire process. Film looks a little different, but trust me, we kept our distance. Our performers are masked in almost all situations, but on the occasional instance that you see them unmasked, rest assured the camera was far back, we had very few people in the room, and the masks were only removed for the very brief period of time that the performer was speaking. As of this taping, we've had no cases of COVID in our cast or crew, and I'm very proud of everyone for coming together to make this work happen and also making sure to keep people safe. Speaking of safety, there's more than one kind of safety, so I want to introduce Professor Shania Taylor, the director and creative heart of this piece, so that she can tell you a little more about what to expect.
When Kerrigan first talked to me about this project back in the summer, I thought, oh, she's lost her mind finally. I'm just kidding. Our only concrete goal was to give students a platform to create and a space to express themselves. The broad themes of protest and pandemic reflected our current experiences. We got materials from all kinds of classes and students at the college, and for weeks we worked with our amazing cast of performers and crew to create a safe space for difficult conversations and expressions to happen. College is a place where we value academic freedom and prize the full expression of views and speech. Some of the materials were used as creative inspiration, and some you will hear word for word, but everything that we received was appreciated and heard. We tried to represent a wide swath of voices and experiences. Given the diverse nature of our society, our campus, and our audience, we realized that some of these pieces might be hard to watch. The good thing is that since we are presenting this virtually, feel free to take a break, take a breath, walk away from the screen, and most importantly, take care of yourselves.
I often say in my curtain speeches that you, the audience, are the final piece of this process, and that without you, theater can't happen. That's never more true than today. So thank you. Thank you for giving us your time and attention and focus. Thank you for being a part of this really crazy, wild experiment that is our fall production. And if you feel so inclined at the end, we also would appreciate your donations to the Conciliation Project at Theater Lab. The Conciliation Project is a local arts organization that promotes through active and challenging dramatic work, open and honest dialogue about racism and oppression in America in order to repair its damaging legacy. A link and more information will follow our production. So, without further ado, please join us for No More War, Stories of Pandemic and Protest.
Sweet voice, daughter of Zeus, from thy gold-paved Pythian shrine, wafted to Thebes divine.
What dost thou bring me? My soul is racked and shivers with fear. Healer of Delos, hear.
Hast thou some pain unknown before? Or with the circling years renewest a penance of yore? Offspring of golden hope, thou voice immortal.
Oh, tell me!
First on Athene I call. O Zeus-born goddess defend, goddess and sister befriend.
Artemis, lady of Thebes, high-throned in the midst of our mirth, lord of the death winged dart.
Your threefold aid I pray, from death and ruin our city to save. If in the days of old when we nigh had perished ye drave from our land the fiery plague, be near us now and defend us.
Amen!
What countless woes are mine, all our host is in decline.
Weaponless my spirit lies, earth her gracious fruit denies.
Woman wail and barren throws, life on life down stricken goes.
Swifter than the wind's bird flight,
Swifter than the fire god's might,
To the westering shores of night.
Wasted thus,
By death,
on death,
all our city perisheth.
Corpses spread round infection, none to tend or mourn is found. Wailing on the altar stair, wives and grandams rend the air.
Long-drawn moans and piercing cries blend with prayers and litanies.
golden child of Zeus appear, let thine angel face appear.
There's something wrong, things just not going fine. Let's put it all on the table, get to the bottom line. Things are about to ignite, just in a matter of time. And it is vivid as day, but you can't see the signs. Oh no, how many hits can we take till we can't take more? How many points you need, prove it till you even the score. To the point where fear is knocking at doors, bang, bang, hit the floor. But maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I'm asleep in my bed. But the reality is, in the midst of the battle, I'm screaming no more war. Lord, do you hear me? I need you, we need you, yeah. Lord, do you hear me? I need you. Oh Lord, we need you. Oh Lord, we need you. Oh Lord, do you hear me? I need you, we need you, yeah. Lord, do you hear me? I need you, we need you, yeah. Lord, do you hear me? Lord, do you hear me calling? Lord, we need you. Whoa. 'Cause maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I'm asleep in my bed. But the reality is, in the midst of the battle, I'm screaming no more. But the reality is, in the midst of the battle, I'm screaming no more. Maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I'm asleep in my bed. But the reality is, in the midst of the battle, I'm screaming no
We all know for thousands of years, maybe even more, that the relations between a person to another person, a nation to another nation, were not all at the best point. There was always something to make it a bit complicated. Even when we tried hard to make it work, it wasn't great. Now the pandemic, COVID-19, makes it even worse.
Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame.
With conquering limbs astride from land to land.
Here at our sea-washed sunset gate shall stand.
And mighty woman with the torch whose light is the prison lightning and her name.
Mother of exiles.
When her beacon angles whirl,
Wide welcome, her mild eyes command.
The air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame.
Keep ancient lands your storied pomp.
cries she with silent lips.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside your golden door.
I was called a wetback as a child by other kids because my first language is Spanish and I have an accent.
It is so devastating to see people still fighting for human rights. It is 2020 and we have to destroy our cities to make the government listen to us.
I'm not saying COVID is a good thing. That's why I would like to express sympathy for those who have lost a loved one, because that is truly a horrible situation no one should have to go through.
Honestly, I hate being black in this country. Racial trauma is real. I know for a fact that most people of color have symptoms of PTSD.
It's no wonder the COVID-19 pandemic is only getting worse as ignorance is still ravaging the United States.
Being looked at like you do not belong at a place makes you feel so little, like you're a pest.
After 400 years, I thought it would stop. But now we have mean, racist cops. I thought they were supposed to protect us. All of us are created equal. But now I have distrust and disgust. So Black Lives Matter.
It shouldn't have to be this way. This shouldn't have to happen. The basic rights and respect for humans should already be there.
What is the American dream? I realized that I never knew what the American dream actually was. So I called my father to see what the American dream meant to him. Hey, Dad, tengo una pregunta. ¿Sí, mija? ¿Qué significa el sueño americano? ¿Tener una casa y un carro? ¿Algo más? Tener una vida mejor. ¿Con esfuerzo y sacrificio? Sí. Ok, el sueño americano es tener una vida mejor con esfuerzo y sacrificio. Así es, mija. Gracias, papi. Al rato te veo. Te quiero. My dad's first American dream was to have a better life through hard work, sacrifice, and perseverance. He wanted to own a house and a car. My mom's American dream was to work hard for 2 years, save the money that she earned, and return back to Mexico to build a house. My parents risked their lives and lived through tough struggles so they can live a better lifestyle and so their children can have a better future. They came to the United States without money, without furniture, without extra clothing. They left their friends and family in Mexico and came here not knowing English. They came here with just a dream. They now have part of that dream. They own a house and a vehicle here in the United States. Their new American dream is to see their children achieve their dreams. My American dream is to touch the hearts of those around me by performing, making my teachers and parents proud by graduating from a university. It hasn't been easy to achieve. Learning English was difficult without the help of a tutor. I would constantly get bullied as a kid for not knowing English. At one point, I was called a wetback as a child by the other kids because my first language is Spanish and I have an accent. Kids would stick gum in my hair and would tell me to go back to my country. One thing I could never forget was how my teachers never gave up on me. They saw how quickly I was picking up the language. I kept working hard to fully learn English with the help of my teachers and parents. As long as my soul is happy, I know everything else will fall in place. DACA is short for Consideration of Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. It allows people who came to the United States as children request deferred action for a period of 2 years. When I turned 16, I was able to receive DACA, thanks to all the young adults who are living through the same experiences and fought for their right. I was able to receive a Social Security card, work a job legally, and I was able to attend a university to further my education. But everything comes with a price. We have to renew our DACA every 2 years. Ever since then, there have been times where DACA has been in danger of being overturned. Each time that happens, I am terrified. My god sister is terrified. I feel as if the adults who are supposed to be protecting us are letting us down. If they remove DACA and deport thousands of people, they will just be sending us into foreign lands. Our home is here. Some of us don't have memories of a birth country, and it's terrifying being in a land where you do not have friends or a person you can trust or a home. I am always worrying whether or not my dream will be deferred. We shouldn't have to worry about our future, how people look at us, and how they treat us. It's frustrating how we grew up here, and this is our home. And by taking it away won't make America great again. On June 18th, 2020, the Supreme Court ruled against the end of DACA. I was relieved and worried at the same time. My dreams weren't stolen, but they were limited to 1 year. 1 year is almost nothing. We now have to renew DACA between 150 to 120 days before our DACA expires. During President-elect Biden's speech, he stated, "The American story is about the slow yet steady widening of opportunity. Make no mistake, too many dreams have been deferred for too long. We must make the promise of the country real for everybody, no matter their race, their ethnicity, their faith, their identity, or their disability." His speech gave hope for the future. Without knowing what a person is going through, how are we able to connect with them? Where hate is taught, love can be learned. I was privileged and didn't have to face the same struggles as my parents, but my battle has just begun. Hate is powerful, but love is stronger. Thank you.
Now it's like an obligation to be apart from one another. If you don't want to get infected, we have to stay at least 6 feet away from one another. And this is something we haven't handled quite well.
This little light on mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light on mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Years ago, my grandfather served this country. My father served this country. And now my sister served this country. And in every war fought by or within the United States, African Americans participated. They fought next to your brothers and your sisters, your fathers and your grandfathers, and yet the same country they fight for doesn't always fight for them. We know the problem. But we as a nation are on high alert to develop a much needed vaccine. I find it odd that in a season where we are physically required to wear a mask, we have started to become unmasked. Who we truly are has started to creep out, and for some, that is a scary sight to see. Why is it we can't fathom a world of love, a world of peace, a world of hope, a world of joy? Because we rather prefer a world of division. We, the people, isn't just for a certain group of people. We, the people, is for Black people and white people, Asian people, Latin and Latino people, the LGBTQ plus community of people. We must include everyone or no one at all. We are the vaccine. We must bring our voices together. We must bring our ideas and our plans to action to change the world and to change the nation. The seeds have already been planted. We must continue to nurture and water. Thank you.
My sister asked me if I had the talk with Amari. I say to myself, though he is only 13, I guess it's necessary. I sit Amari down and let him know, when you get pulled by police, keep your hands visible. Do as they ask. Be polite. If they ask you to get something, say you're getting what they ask for before you move your hands. If you get arrested and hopefully you never will. Don't say anything. Wait for me and don't sign anything. I let him know he needs to know his rights and what he is entitled to. Be aware of your surroundings, and if things don't feel right, then it's best you leave. Remember to always be a leader and don't follow anyone, especially if you know it's wrong. I cringe at the thought I had to have the conversation with my son. It's like I must equip him with the certain tools to help him while being black in this society, and I hate it. I try my best to guard and to protect him from the world we live in, but the world won't always be fair, so he must be prepared for it. I have to let Amari know not every cop is bad. You can't judge every cop based on what you see going on. Don't be afraid. I don't want you to live in fear. I want you to be cautious. Simple human decency goes a long way. I always want you to be polite. Remember, cops are humans too before they are cops. They are regular people like me and you. They have a job to do, but there are some cops who abuse power. When you see something that isn't right, you have to be willing to take a stance, to play your part in making things right. Like the saying goes, you have to stand for something or you will fall for anything. The stance I choose to make is to gain knowledge about the criminal justice system, starting small organizations in my community to help with better policing within communities.
Even when we tried hard to make it work, it wasn't great. Now the pandemic, COVID-19, makes it even worse.
Expecting from everyone in their monologue to sell the character and believe the words that you're saying.
Attention to all staff and students. Due to unforeseen circumstances and effects of COVID-19, schools will close for approximately 2 weeks. We hope to see you guys back soon and stay safe.
Let's go!
What about prom?
Yeah, what about the championship game tomorrow?
What about college tours?
What about graduation?
The pandemic has pros and cons depending on the outlook of the person. For me personally, the pandemic took and gave me different opportunities that I will keep with me. Through the pandemic, I have learned more of the injustices of people and learned more about the First Amendment rights through protest. On the subject of how long this pandemic will last, I have no clue. But I know the only way we'll get through it is that if we stick together as a country, because if we don't, we'll just fall apart. This is a rough time for us all, and we must try to find the best throughout all the bad.
Class of 2020. After 3 long years, we are finally going into our senior year. We were ready to go to lunch 2 minutes early, and leave 5 minutes early on Fridays. We were ready for prom, and we were ready for graduation. We did not know that we would lose half our year. We did not know that we would lose saying goodbye to classmates and teachers before we would have to leave and start our careers. When I first found out about the pandemic, it was late in January. I used to get really paranoid about how fast it was spreading. In my first period class, every day I would look at the map with the numbers of how many people were infected. I watched as numbers increased and no one spoke about it. On March 12, 2020, my theater teacher announced to the class that school was going to be closed on March 13th due to cleaning and the protest for the teachers. After rehearsal that night, me and my friends went to the mall. We went out to eat and got matching Build-A-Bears. It wasn't until I had gotten home I realized why school was actually closed. I started to worry about the future. I kept thinking, how is the musical going to continue if school is closed? Missing 3 weeks of rehearsal is really tough. Then my thoughts wandered more. Am I going to miss prom? All of the plans drawn out for the rest of the year began to crumble. I'm not going to go on that spring break trip with my friends. I'm not going to walk across the stage and accept a diploma from my principal. What if it doesn't get better next year? How many people are going to lose lives because of a global pandemic? Who do we look to for help? After a while, we adjusted to the new normal. Wearing a face mask not only protects us from the virus, but also restricts us from personal connection and interaction. With each passing day, we get more accustomed to society's most prominent and newest rule: social distancing. Graduation is the most underwhelming and frustrating experience of my life. As the future is still unsure, I hope that we can all enter together. As the class that never got to graduate is the strongest class to exist. Thank you to all my teachers and classmates for being on this journey together.
I believe this is the time to put our differences aside. This is the time for us to stop being selfish. Don't see only you, because without no one around us, we're nothing.
I shouted, tears falling down my face. I can't believe my skin color in this world is a disgrace. They say blue lives matter like they don't see. The police killing that man with his knife. Don't you understand we're humans just like you? So why do you keep killing us like you do? After 400 years, I thought it would stop. But now we have mean and racist cops. I thought our job was to protect us. But now I have mistrust and disgust. Because every time I see them, I can't breathe, praying to God that they won't shoot me. So Black Lives Matter, as I shout even louder and louder again, tears falling down my face, hoping that this will end. And this time, they won't shoot us. We will not stop until we get justice. Henrietta was a good friend of mine, whose family went through some cruelty in the Civil War. I found this journal that Henrietta wrote several years ago of her family history. Her great-grandmother told her these stories, and Henrietta documented them in this journal. Henrietta was named after her great-grandmother. She also continued documenting in this journal her own family history leading up to the Black Lives Matter movement. It is so devastating to see people still fighting for human rights. It is 2020, and we have to destroy our cities to make the government listen to us. We are supposed to feel safe around the police, not feel uncomfortable or scared that we may lose our lives in 2 seconds. I've been feeling so bad about the things in this journal because of things that Rosa Parks also went through. I may not understand the feeling of being scared for my life because I have that privilege, but I hear you, and I will fight for you all. I could not imagine being in that type of situation, and it makes me sick to my stomach to know that people see others differently because of the color of their skin. There are countless points in history of the mistreatment of African Americans that lead up to this Black Lives Matter movement. We cannot choose who our parents are, the type of family we are going to grow up with, and especially not the color of our skin we are born with. We are all human, and we all have families to go home to at the end of the day.
The Black Lives Matter movement is important to me because every single human of every single race should be looked at the same, loved the same, and have equal rights. The thought of someone not accepting another human being just because of their race is sickening. At the end of the day, we're all people and we all have feelings.
I know few people think that just because they have money or power, they think they're immune to the coronavirus. This isn't true. Even if someone is immune, he shouldn't think about himself only, because we need others to make things work.
Wow, it's already New Year's 2019. I wonder what this next year will be like. 2020 is going to be a sublime year. I can just feel it. I wish I was able to peer into the future to know how this next year was going to turn out. Hello, is this thing working? Whoa, did the mirror just talk to me? Relax, it's just me, or rather you, when you're older. Oh, my wish really did come true. You're here to tell me how great 2020 is going to go. Did we leave CVS? Did we get into Cleaver Brothers Carnival? Oh, tell me all about London. I would lower your expectations. 2020 is going to be a million miles away from what you think it is. While you do leave CVS, that is the only thing on that list that happens in 2020. What about London? Don't worry, you'll get the much more fun trip going from your room to the kitchen and back to your bed. It is the perfect place to go as it is the only place that you can go. Really? Wow. So what can you tell me? Knowing Doctor Who, even the slightest bit of news that I'm not supposed to know can lead to catastrophic results. You know, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Believe me, we've already reached those catastrophic results. Let's start on how to prepare you for, what did you say? Oh yes, the sublime year of 2020. Here, I wrote a list. Hand sanitizer, wet wipes, fabric and elastic, Zoom, Netflix. Especially Netflix. Watching the unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is going to be your source of entertainment for a while. But you know, the other things are important too. So watching Netflix is going to be the peak of my day. So does the whole world reach a standstill and nothing happens? Nothing? God, I wish nothing happened. Well, I can anticipate it being a crazy political year, you know, with elections. Believe me, as bad as that seems, that's only the tip of the iceberg. Much worse things are on the horizon. But yes, it is crazy with the election. Trump's still trying to stir up trouble. Isn't he always? In retrospect, more this year than any of the others, choosing to spend his time focusing on matters that only grows votes, ignoring those that truly need the help. On a completely unrelated, separate note, guess he got COVID. I'm sorry, COVID? I did not say anything about COVID. You just did. Well, if you're not gonna tell me, I'm just gonna have to guess. Crazy orangutans venture into Denmark. You could guess all night and you'd still be a million miles off. Just know it's a dangerous time. I thought you were gonna tell me how great 2020 was, with plans of Disney, London, and Haunt. But all you're doing is making me scared. Is it really going to be this bad? I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best year we've ever witnessed. The whole world seems to be torn apart and everything seems to be going wrong. War, famine, pestilence, and, well, death. Do you realize you just named the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, right? Are you just trying to tell me the whole world ends? For a wish of hope, this doesn't make me very hopeful. Isn't there, I don't know, some good news you can tell me? Sure. There is. It shouldn't take you this long to think of something good. Oh, healthcare workers are finally getting recognition. Musicians are getting the chance to perform on social media. And here's a neat one. Crayola just launched a new line of colors that allowed kids to accurately color themselves into the world. Well, it's reassuring to know that there's some good things that come out of the end of this year. It's a good thing they didn't let slip about murder hornets. You are so not ready for that. I'm sorry, did you just say murder hornets? Maybe? It's nothing though. Well, if you're gonna drop all these bombshells on me, the least that I deserve is knowing how to prepare for all of this. I'm gonna be honest. The world looks pretty grim and gray for a while. More than COVID, people are protesting in the streets for freedom. But for us, it is vital to understand we are in a place of privilege. While there's no way to rewind the clock and change the past, we have the power to take charge and make a change so future generations will learn from our past mistakes. Paving the way for change for future generations is a lot to ask. Where do I even begin? Let your voice be heard. We shouldn't have to wait for a global catastrophe to see that things truly need to change. Remember from Ratatouille? Change is nature, part that we influence. And it all starts when we decide. Be ready, be prepared, and most importantly, be safe. Thank you. Anything else I should know? As much as I implore you to become an activist and let your voice be heard, with all that I can say about COVID is that you need to proceed with extreme caution. Let your voice be heard, but do it safely. Remember, everyone needs protection, including those around you. I think I'm ready to go into 2020 knowing this and having my head held high. I'll try to make you proud, future me. I know you will.
This world is not only the earth, the sky, and the air that we're breathing. The world is us. The world is everything. So we have to think for everyone, for all of us.
Woo, baby! Come get this slut work, baby. Let's go, man. Come on, chomp. We in, boy. Come on, chomp. Come on. Oh, okay. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, baby.
All right. I just looked at it. I'm a little tight right now.
Yeah, I know you're tired. It's okay. Excuses. Okay, Slim. Chop it up. Chop. Yeah, that's right. I'm not ready for this. Ooh. Let's go. Check it out.
What you are right there.
Oh, trash? Okay,
Yeah,
check it out.
All right, yeah. Watch this.
Woo! Get it out of here. I'm the man. Ooh.
Shut up. Nice block, bro.
I know it was. Come on. Learn from the best.
I got you next time.
Yeah, you do.
Don't you just hate that?
What?
Being reminded of something that you love being taken away from you?
What you mean?
I miss sports. I just miss it so much. Now look, I get it. They found a way to bring sports back this year. But it just doesn't feel the same anymore. And I'm not even talking about the fact that the crowd can't be there. I'm talking about the overall feel and the tone of everything as if the crowd was there. It's just not like how it was before. Sports used to be a big part of my life. It was that thing that I bonded with my family over, that thing that I watched all the time when I went out to bars to hang out with my friends. It was that thing that allowed me to escape the real world, forget anything going on in my life. It actually made me feel like I belonged somewhere. Now I feel like I don't even know it. I feel like it's nothing more than a world of politics and a COVID show. Hey man, do you mind if I'm honest with you for a second?
Yeah, what's up?
Look, you know I support this movement. You know for a fact you guys have always mattered. Okay, I promise. It's just, when I tune into sports, I don't do it for the politics. I don't do it for the protests. I do it for the game itself. And it's just so irritating to hear anybody, it doesn't matter who they are, the athletes, the commentators, anyone, talking about everything going on in the world except for the game itself. And it's like, I really wish I didn't hear about all this stuff happening during the one freaking thing that I'm trying to watch to take my mind off of everything. It's like, hey, commentator, I don't give a crap about COVID-19. Talk about the damn play that just happened. Back then, it didn't matter what sport you played. It didn't matter who you were. It didn't matter if you were on the field, on the court, on the ice. Didn't matter. Everybody played for the same reason. For the fans, their dream, their love of the freaking game. Now, everything has become way too political. And it's like, I just want them to play. And I want to watch it with my boy like the good old days. And it wasn't until staring at this damn ball that reminded me exactly when 2020 officially first started in my life. I wake up early in the morning and I'm ready to watch some college basketball. My dad's out shopping, getting ready for a grill out. We're getting ready for the tournaments in March. And I'm going downstairs to get everything ready. I even remember saying to myself, best time of the year is about to happen right now. And I turn on the TV and ESPN says that everything is canceled. And I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me, right? Well, there goes my March. This is gonna be a fun year. And it was at that moment, that exact moment, that I realized COVID is real. It's here. And we're all screwed. And even if they find a way to get past all this and cure everything, it's not gonna matter. Because I don't think anything's gonna be the same after this. We have to make things work by working together. This pandemic won't go away by itself. Even if it would still be after major damage in the world.
Hello, I'll be singing Give My Regards to Broadway. Give my regards to Broadway, remember me to Herald Square.
Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper to how I'm yearning to mingle with the old-time throng. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there long.
Ever since COVID has spread to the United States, entertainment has not at all been the same. All shows have been canceled, Broadway has shut down until further notice, most performers and backstage crew are all out of work, and our audiences are suffering from boredom and craving new entertainment and work to be done. All I can do is find other ways to entertain myself, like watching illegal bootlegs on YouTube, or watching pro shots of Broadway shows on Netflix or Disney+, or even filming self-tape auditions at home. With my phone, I can do any of that on the go, anytime, anywhere. But nothing beats being in a live audience to watch talented actors, singers, dancers, musicians, backstage and tech crew, and even everyone involved, including front staff like house management, box office, ushers, and even security, all work their magic to bring a show to life. And nothing beats the thrill and excitement of being on the stage in front of hundreds, thousands of people cheering myself and the rest of the cast on. The blinding spotlights all shining on us, feeling the rush of being in the story and telling it for the audience, taking on the curtain call, and getting a standing ovation every time. There is truly nothing like it, and being overwhelmed by the support of the entire cast and crew, but especially the audience. I cannot wait to get back out there again after this global nightmare has come to an end. After all, the show must go on.
On this cool and rainy September morning, there is an unshakable feeling of seclusion and anxiety. On every broadcast network reporting news, a newscaster is updating the world on the exponential growth of COVID-19. As this season, we have lost approximately 199,000 lives to the virus. Despite the sobering fact, we as a nation are on high alert to develop the much-needed vaccine. My initial response, like most people, was fear and uncertainty. You see, as a co-producer, musician, and national recording artist, I was exposed to thousands of people whom we cherished as we performed on a daily basis. As the normality of daily life has shifted, there is one unwavering thing I know. We have been designed by God as the masters of the universe, and you, COVID-19, will be defeated.
This has been so much fun. Thank you guys so much for everything. I always love coming in here and talking to all of you. You're amazing. I gotta go. I got a couple things I have to do for the night, but I will try to go live hopefully tomorrow. I hope I can do that, but I love you guys a lot. And thank you so much. This has been so much fun. Thank you. Hey. No, I'm fine. No, nothing is wrong. Nothing's wrong. I'm just not happy.
And I just want to make other people happy, but I don't even know how to fix myself. I'm not okay. Oh, shoot. I gotta go.
Too many people have died already. We need to stop that. And the only way that I see we can do that is if we work together. The human race is in danger. Life is a precious gift and we have to preserve that.
COVID has brought sadness, stress, and depression to many. My heart hurts for everyone who's had their life turned upside down. But there has been one thing on my mind, and that's how our world was able to take a break. While we were all quarantined, Earth started to change. Statistics have shown pollution at its lowest and our Earth at its healthiest. Our Earth needs a break from humans. Our oceans, lands, bugs, and animals need time to heal. COVID has shown we can do it if we all come together and try, because we don't have a lot of time. Now ask yourself, the climate is changing. Why aren't we?
Follow me in imagination. Walk with me where we're all one nation. Oh, where love is on every station. And there's no sign of segregation. So wonderful. So beautiful. So incredible, so remarkable. I can only imagine no more war and no famine. Won't it be beautiful? Won't it be beautiful? Yeah. I know it'd be beautiful. I know it'd be beautiful. Where love is everywhere, and love is in the air, and we are all and love will be equal. Won't it be beautiful? I know it'd be beautiful. So let it be beautiful. Beautiful people, beautiful people. Yeah. I know one day it'll get better. It'll get better. Yeah. By faith, I know it'll get better. Oh, everyone walking hand in hand. I know one day we'll understand that it's so wonderful. And it's so beautiful. So incredible, so remarkable. I can only imagine no more war and no famine. Won't it be beautiful? Yeah, I know it'd be beautiful. Yeah. know it be beautiful. So let it be beautiful.